Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we've got a bunch of stuff to do. We're starting with some roadside logistics management. I've got a bunch of stuff from home that has to come up here to help me prepare for when we lay down the sills. And also we need to make a little bit more room on the loading dock for some lumber that's going to be coming at the end of next week. We're still 8 or 9 days out, so that's good. But I need to make some room. I actually thought I would have more cutting of the timbers done by now, so that it would all be stacked already up there waiting to be put together. That was not the case. Yeah, with simple loads, it's not a painful process at all. First of all, this packing. This is to go between the concrete foundation and the wood sill. Okay, it's 150 wide, the same width as my sill. It's 20 deep, thick, to give it some distance from the wood itself. And it's hard plastic, and it's interlocking. So okay. How you doing, Dee? Where's your bowl? Where's your bowl? Hold on. Yes. There you go. 5 kilograms of borax. 5 liters, 1 gallon of antifreeze. As I said, this is a DIY solution for insecticide and antibacterial sealant for your lumber. And a fellow on a bulletin board that I frequent gave me the recipe and gave me the names of the ingredients, and I went online and did a little research and found out the ratios to mix it at, etc., and how to use it. So I won't be mixing this until I'm ready to seal the wood. Related to my sills, on this bulletin board that I frequent, I also mentioned what I was doing to the people there, and there are some pros that frequent that and some opinionated others. And I told people that I was using untreated cedar for my sills, and several, maybe 3 people came back and said, probably shouldn't use cedar, should probably use cypress instead. In Japan, cedar is the most common and the cheapest wood available from any sawmill, so that's always my go-to, and in the entire house I'm building out of cedar. But for the sills, they made good points, and hinoki is known to be a lot stronger hardwood, and I found out that the price is only like $3 more per 12-foot plank. So even though I have already ordered and received the lumber that I'm going to use, that I was going to use for my sills made of cedar, I reordered some hinoki, some cypress, and that'll be here at the end of next week. So that's why I have to get the cedar, I think they're 2x6s, out of the pile down below, put them somewhere for safekeeping so that I can receive the hinoki or the cypress 2x6s next week. So if this is your first time seeing me use the mountain escalator, let me just explain a couple of the concerns. The biggest concern is when I have things that are too wide, rebar or boards that are greater than 4 meters wide, I risk hitting this tree on the right or hitting the landform on the left. And right now you could see that the left side is resting right on the landform right now. And on the right side, it looks just really, really close to hitting that tree. I've done 4 meter lengths many, many times in the past, and 4 meter lengths work if the rod or the board is centered perfectly. Okay, so we had it off center to begin with, and I think I was compensating for that tree there. It just looked too close. So I'm going to review the tapes on the camera below and on this one, and then make a decision, see how to move forward. Okay, it starts off and it's... Okay, I understand what happened, although I'm still not confident in the solution. It was too far over that way. There was 134 centimeters overhanging on the right side and 179 overhanging on the left side. And so I need to even that up a bit. Maybe that tree, you know, one of these days I'm going to have to rent a cherry picker. This tree has always been in my way, and the reason I don't cut it down is because it's hanging over the electrical wires. I need a cherry picker. This one is a weed tree, and it could go very easily, but so much of it is overhanging the power line. Okay, they came up much more jumbled this time. I've got to review the tape. Okay, so 147 is too much, so maybe I'll do 142 as an overhang, and I'll try to do 5 boards this time. I've got 20 boards to get up to the top, and I've got 5 up there now, so let's try and do 5 at a time, 3 more loads. I'm really hungry. It's just pushing 12 noon. I'll see if I can get 1, 2, or 3 loads up before I stop for a break. Okay, let's see what lunch is. An apple for after lunch. A chocolate cookie for after lunch. My electrolytes. I don't think I need any more though. And my ham sandwich for lunch. Made this morning with these lovely, where is it? Pickles. I can't see them. Lovely pickles that I scored from Costco. Love those dill pickles. Okay. There. You get out of there. It's not for you. There, look at that. I forgot onions today. Mmm. Along this rock on the mountain is crap. It breaks when I put my foot on it. So I've gone up and found a piece of real granite. Don't ask me why I didn't do this at the very beginning. I think I assumed that the posts would sit on the foundation themselves. So I'm wasting a lot of my afternoon shoring up this side of the scaffolding. I noticed too late that I did not put a base under these two posts. I've got bases under the other four, but I forgot these two. And just over the weight of these boards and me walking on it for the last 4 or 5 days, these two both sunk. I particularly noticed it on the outside one, but once I propped up the outside one, I noticed the inside one was sinking too. So when I propped up the inside one, suddenly I'm 4 inches too high because I propped it up with a big board. So as you just saw, I had to let down the that side, and I put the what do they call those, flower brackets? In Japanese they call it a flower bracket because of the shape of the bracket. Anyway, it stopped it from all crashing down. This is nasty. This has never happened before, and this is a dangerous situation. Sled has come off its rails, and it's all just hanging here right at the top, and it won't come over the lip because of that runner right there. So I got to try and offload this lumber before it all crashes to the ground. Well, I've never had to do that before. Let's just do a quick safety review of the Capstan winch, and that'll help you understand why this was such a little bit of a drama. A Capstan winch is a constant pulling winch. There's no stopping the pull or starting the pull in the middle of the pull. The Capstan, this thing right here, is constantly turning, and therefore whenever there's tension on the line, it's pulling. You do not take your hands off of this machine while you're using it. Okay, so that's why it's a two-man operation for me, where I cannot see the load, because if we get into some difficulty, there's no real way to stop the pull except pausing the pull by releasing the tension. It's very difficult to release the load back down in an orderly fashion. You can release it and let it crash to the bottom. So we're talking about, my situation is unique. Oftentimes these types of units are used for dragging deer out of the bush, for dragging logs out of the bush. So it's usually not in a situation where the load could be affected by gravity. Okay, a log or a deer lying on the ground getting pulled along the ground, you can stop and start and do anything you want with this. There's no problem. But when you've got a load affected by gravity, if you stop the pull, i.e. if you stop the pull and gravity takes over, the load crashes to the ground. If you're in that situation, which is what I'm in, then this is a hands-on machine. You never take your hands off of it. So what happened just right now is the load got to the top, and that's the first that I saw that it had destabilized. And there's no way for me to loosen the pulling pressure. I can pause the pulling pressure, but I can't loosen it and let the load go back down to the ground. So what I had to do here very quickly, and honestly, I don't know if it worked or not, but it worked a little bit. I just tied off the rope as best I could to the tree, so that even if the capstan stopped pulling, I hoped the rope tied to the tree would keep the load from crashing to the ground. And it seemed to do the trick. I was able to scoot down there and offload the lumber, and then get the sled up. So these things, in my situation, again, I've just described my situation. In this situation, this is a risky business. I'm doing it alone. So this was a fright for me, and a good lesson learned on how to manage emergencies. Well, I can't believe it happened again. Luckily this time I had cameras on it. This was the last pull, the last load. I've got my 20 2x6s up here now. Well, I just checked the forecast, and it doesn't seem like it's going to rain tonight, and it's going to be sunny all day tomorrow. I did want to store this pile of lumber, but it's already after 4 o'clock, and I think my only real sensible storage solution is right here. I can stack all of them quite nicely in here, and they will be somewhat protected from the rain. So, but of course I can't stack them on this, the way this is. So I'm going to have to build some quick and dirty shelving. Don't want to start that after 4 o'clock in the day. What I do want to do is go home and have a beer. I must be getting better because in 3 weeks, except for one night out where I drank 3 beers with some friends, except for that one night, and I paid for it the next day because I was still sick, I haven't been drinking at all. So, must be good. Let's go. Let's go home, have a beer. V, what do you think? I think B says yes. Okay, pack up time. See you tomorrow. So, quite coincidentally, yesterday I read a saying by Maya Angelou, which I quite like. Do the best you can until you know better. When you know better, do better. I like it. I like it. It's not punchy enough for a t-shirt or a coffee cup, but there's some good sense there.